So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So in today's video, we're going to cover another unconventional side hustle, another way to make some money. With today's economy, a lot of people are just looking for extra money, extra jobs, extra side hustles, just any way to make ends meet. So that's what we're going to be doing. We've been covering a lot of different side hustles on this channel for the past couple months. You guys seem to like the ideas. So we're going to continue doing more. We're going to put out at least a couple every single week. And of course, you want to say hi, girl? I'm getting a little off topic, but what's up? She's such a beautiful horse, guys. Such a beautiful horse. And that's her boyfriend back there. That brown horse. But look, we'll feed her some grass and then we'll get to the video, guys. Sorry. I just feel so bad because every time she comes to the fence, I mean, she wants me to feed her something. So, oh shoot, what happened to your neck, baby? There you go. She's really soft, really tame. Her boyfriend's a little bit tame, but he kind of holds back a little bit more. Oh, here he comes. He wants some too. All right, just you, and then we're gonna have to get back to the video, guys. Okay. Here's yours. Better get it before your girlfriend gets it. Oh, no. All right, guys, I love you guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just feel so bad because they come up and they always want me to pet them or do something. So but anyways, back to the side hustle. So in today's side hustle, it's going to be throwing concrete. We talked about this about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but it was a different type of concrete side hustle. And it was a side hustle I used to do in college. This other one is actually going to be throwing the concrete from scratch, from the beginning. Not a lot of people know how to do it. Not a lot of people have the tools or the equipment, have the time, knowledge, or skills to do this stuff. But there's a lot of people always looking for new driveways, new sidewalks, patios for the backyard, patios to put a swimming pool, what else? Any place to put a large water tank, for in my case, like a water well or something. There's a lot of people looking for things like that to build a little concrete pad. So if you have the experience, you have the knowledge, and you have the time, especially if you also have the tools, this is right up your alley. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So how much can you expect to make? We're going to go ahead and get into the numbers, right? How much can you expect to make doing this? So concrete work pays very well. It's you know, it's very labor intensive, so they do pay well. Small little jobs, I mean, even like a little 3x3x3, just the labor alone, usually the labor matches the cost of materials. So for like a little 3x3x3 is typically about $200, $300. It just depends on your competition level. There's a lot of people doing it in your area. The price is going to come down, maybe $100. But if you're in an area where you don't have a lot of competition, there's not a lot of people available to do this, then your price is going to go up because there's just not that many people to choose from to begin with. So, but once you start getting into these bigger projects, like we just threw a sidewalk for my uncle. That thing probably would have cost a couple $100, maybe even $1,000 to do the sidewalk. It was a decent sized sidewalk, 5 feet wide, and I believe 16 or 18 feet long. So it would have taken a little bit of money for the labor to do that. So not to include again, we're talking about the cost for the labor, not the cost for the materials. The cost of materials is something else, and the labor is something else. The labor is how much you're gonna make. So if you guys can get maybe another guy to help you, maybe another 2 guys, now you can start getting into some of these bigger projects. Granted, now you're gonna have to upgrade your tools. You're gonna need longer reach to start smoothing out the concrete because now you're doing bigger jobs. Maybe an excavator. Just how big do you want to grow this? It's kind of up to you. But the bigger the job, the more money you're gonna make, the higher you can charge, and usually the higher the profits as well. That's not to say you can't make some good profits off of small projects as well, again depending on the demand in your area. So what does it entail? What are you going to do throwing concrete? Well, it depends what you're doing. If you're just throwing a little pad, you know, it's pretty simple. You can still put some rebar in it just for safety measures. But if you're going to start doing some bigger projects, you're going to want to start, you know, putting some footings in and understand basically how to engineer this thing so it doesn't crumble. Start running footers on the outsides, running it crisscrossed inside, and laying in your rebar, knowing what type of rebar to lay, the size of rebar to lay. There's different sizes for rebar. Yeah, I mean, I've thrown a lot of concrete, not professionally, just for myself and for family. But if you're going to be doing this for somebody else, a paying client, I would definitely look into it and make sure you understand how to do it correctly. There's probably a lot of other people on YouTube who can demonstrate how to do this correctly and who do this as a full-time job. I just do it as a backyard concrete smithsman. I just do it as a backyard concrete person. So I'm not, you know, necessarily certified to be telling you exactly how to do concrete. I just do it for myself, and everything's still holding up to this date. So I guess we're doing something right. But it is a good side hustle because it does pay well. Every time we called around to get concrete done, it was very expensive. My dad, my neighbor, and myself a couple of years back threw a 30 by 30 concrete slab, and they wanted a lot of money back then. So we ended up doing it ourselves. And it's still here today. Still play basketball on that thing. So it's doing well. We did a good job. But yeah, just to kind of give you an example that, yeah, concrete is expensive. And a lot of people do not want to throw concrete themselves. They're afraid they're going to mess it up. So it does take a little bit of finessing. You have to know a little bit of how to run the concrete, how to get the right mixture between water and material. So it takes a little bit of finessing over time, but you'll get better as you start to do this over and over again. It's something that with repetition, the system and the process starts to get easier and faster, and you start to understand the consistency of the concrete that makes it easier and more malleable to move and to handle. But again, you can definitely make thousands of dollars a day doing this, depending on the size of jobs you are doing. But yeah, it's definitely a good side hustle for anyone who has time, has the energy, doesn't mind doing labor intensive work, and just wants to get out there and make some money. Again, appreciate you guys watching. I hope you gained some value from this video. Again, just spitting out ideas for people to make some money. Sometimes all it takes is just a new, fresh mind, just throwing and spitting out ideas for something to click into somebody else's mind. I know it does it for me. When I watch YouTube videos, I'm like, oh shoot, that's a good idea. And then I'll go implement it in my business or something like that. So that's what I hope to do with this channel, is to kind of start something in somebody else's mind as well. But without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless, guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.